Okay, so this is the Stanley BC15BS smart battery charger. Picked it up at Walmart. These things are impossible to find online. At least you can order them online, but they're out of stock in my area. And I wasn't about to pay the extra $6 or $7 for shipping. But the main reason I got this is because not only does it give you the option to charge the batteries with a lot more juice than my current setup, which is really just for maintaining them. This will allow me to put more juice in it, and also that's the feature I'm kind of hoping is going to work as advertised, is the battery recondition. I got two batteries that need some attention. I got one for a lawnmower and one for a car. So we'll go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Alright, yeah, the packaging is very stiff cardboard, so I had to put the camera down in order to do this, but let's see if we can get this out one-handed. Oh, maybe. Cool. Sure enough. Looks pretty heavy duty. These clips are, they look okay. You can see this rubber thing is kind of like a just wrap-on kind of situation, and it just plugs into the back. Now I read some, I've seen one other video on YouTube where they talk about this fan kicking on. We'll hear how loud that is, but so far it looks good. Looks like it gives you, let's see what it says here. It tells you about the display. Oh, that's right, it also does a West Marine battery charger. Funny thing is, it doesn't say anything about being a marine charger, but you can see what all comes on the display. Float mode, all that, and the 98-second engine start. And then in the box, got a user manual. They do have the 25 amp version, but I picked this up at Walmart for $50. I think the other one is $70, close to $70. But if you get that, if you order them online, you actually get them cheaper. So this would have been $43 if I would have ordered it online, but I just went to the store to pick it up and paid the $50 that was there. But yeah, all we have left is manual and registration card. So the reason I got this is I have, like I said, I have those two batteries. One's a car battery, one's a lawnmower battery, and both of them are very old, very worn out, and so I have to pop the caps open on them, but I think they're they need to be desulfated. So we'll pop the caps and see if we can see any of the grayish white material on the plates. But that's what this is really for, is for reconditioning and charging, because charging with this, though I'll get 12 volts on it when I'm done, the cranking amps are just terrible. But you know, I've always assumed it was just because there was an old battery, but you know, this does a good job of maintaining batteries, but it's not really for charging, and that's what this guy's for. So we'll check out a few of the batteries, pop the caps, and see how they look. Alright, so I went ahead and took the covers off this battery. This is for the lawnmower, and I mean, I might as well just replace this thing, but I figured I'd give this thing a shot. And if we take a look inside, it looks pretty gnarly in there. I think that is sulfation. Good look in there. That one's, oof. You can see how well. Let me just take a shot while I'm doing that. But it looks like each cell is pretty gummed up. See, the water is really cloudy too. So what we're gonna do is try the battery recondition mode and see if that makes any difference. Alright, so I went ahead and hooked it up. And if we check the battery voltage, it says it's 12.7 volts, which I think is good. But the problem is we have a lawnmower that has an upgraded engine on it. I think it's a 14 horsepower. And this one was supposed to power 12 horsepower. So the guy I got it from, he was a good neighbor of mine, he gave it to me and he did some work on it. So it's a higher compression lawnmower, so it takes a little more oomph. And so I've had to start it with the car. But that gets to be a hassle when you have to pull up the car or bring it up to the car and use the jumper cables and whatnot. And it doesn't seem like it's charging the battery anyway, so I got to figure out what's going on with the electrical on that. But we're going to hit battery recondition, and this is supposed to be fully automatic. You can hear the fan. It's actually not very loud at all. It almost sounds like maybe 1 or 2 computer fans at 100%. I mean, I mean, it's going in the garage anyway, so it's not gonna bother anybody. But we'll let it run through its cycle and then see if there's any difference on those plates. Okay, so just out of curiosity, I popped one of those off, one of the caps off, to see if there's anything actually going on. It's only been on for about 5 minutes. I don't see any gas. Being generated. Yeah, we'll let it run. Not sure how long the cycle's supposed to go, but we'll see. Okay, so according to the manual, when you do a reconditioning, it could take 24 hours to do that. And it says that if you may have to recondition the battery several times. It says that 5 cycles of reconditioning does not improve battery performance, discontinue and recycle the battery. Okay, so after 24 hours, then we'll come and check on it. And the problem is I set it up over here, so I'll just move it over to the side so I can actually do laundry while this thing is doing its thing. But okay. So I went ahead and put it on its back. The way that this works is the intake is over here, the exhaust is over here, and so it's actually really cool air. Well, I mean, it's doing its pulse when it comes to reconditioning the battery, but there aren't any vents on the back, and I don't see anything else around the side, so that should be fine. And it's still doing its thing. So now I have my washing machine back, and then yeah, we'll just let it run. Alright, so it's been running for, I don't know, about 2 hours, almost 2 hours. And with that on, it's steady at 12.77. When I first hooked it up, it was jumping around, almost like you could see the pulsing going on. So let's see how it's doing. Yeah, it's still kind of icky. You can see some bubbles, ever so slightly. This is some more of that one. Now, I mean, it is a new unit, so it is putting off an interesting smell. It's almost like a cross between food and some electrical plastic protectant, some sort of fire retardant. It's not a bad smell. I mean, it's in the garage. I had the garage door open for a while, so it's aired out quite a bit. But yeah, when I first kicked this on, it gave off a strong smell. I thought it was coming from the battery, but I think it's actually coming from the unit itself. But well, let's let it keep doing its thing and see how it goes. Well, it's been over 24 hours. It has now gone to float mode. And if we check the voltage, 13.4. I think when I pulled it out, well, I couldn't remember what it was. I know it wasn't really doing anything. It's kind of cleaned up a little bit because I realized it was a mess. Look inside. I don't know if the plates are really any cleaner. There was a little bit of bubbling while this was happening, but it wasn't like boiling. I'll compare it to the other videos, but still see there's quite a bit of thread there. I'm going to go take it off now. Now it's floating it. Manual says to do this about 5 times on a battery to see if it's worth it. So I'm going to put it in the lawnmower and see how it does. Alright, so I have the battery for the Zia. I just finished one pass of battery reconditioning on that and charge. And let's check the voltage now. Well, 6.4 volts. So the last time I talked to the friend of mine who gave me this battery, he said that one of the cells, he took it to a place and one of the cells were bad. So I wonder, I'm going to pop these open and see what they look like inside. So I started the battery recondition. It's going to take about 24 hours. One thing I find interesting is as soon as I plug this in and put the clamps on, within about a minute it detects that there's a battery that needs to be charged and it wants to start charging it. So I've had to stop it so I can make the video. But yeah, it's working. Since it's been working, this fan back here, the air is just cool. It's not really, I don't think anything overheats in here at all. So we'll let it run, see what happens. Alright, so I went ahead and put the battery in. Wired her up. This mower's got some electrical problems, but I can't start it with the starter. What I can do is jump this little guy here, so give me a little spark. Okay. Yep, it's got a lot of juice now. That battery probably hasn't been properly charged in a long time, so alright, looks like it works. Alright, so I finished using the mower just for, I don't know, 15 minutes, and the electrical system on this thing is all messed up, so I don't think it's actually charging it. But after starting maybe 3 rotations with the engine and been running off of that ever since, we have 12.95 and we had 13.4, I think it was, or 0.6. So does the conditioning work? I don't know. We'll let it sit for a little while and see what happens.